Hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. Today's video is a full face-ish of all new products, things I haven't used before, or I haven't used in the particular way I used them today. Getting a little tricky, had to be a bit creative to pull this video off. I hope you find it entertaining. Maybe you'll find some stuff that you like and need to add to your makeup stash, or, you know, just like hopefully watching me slap it all on. Anyway, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share with friends who might like this video. I super appreciate your support. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna have a very naked face very, very soon. Brace yourself. Okay, so like I said in the intro, I'm gonna do a full face of all brand new stuff with the exception of my brow products and blush and highlight. I have placed a couple orders, one with Sephora, one with Ulta, and the Ulta one does have some new blushes in it, so I will have some coming, but I didn't want to wait any longer to do this video, so I just thought it would be fun. Some of these things are things I got in my BoxyCharm and haven't used yet. Some were from an Ulta order I did several weeks ago. Some stuff is from Makeup Geek when I did the grab bag and blind bag type thing. And one thing I have is actually really old, like a couple of years, 3 maybe, that I haven't been able to use, but I'm going to use today in a way that I've never used it before. So if you're interested in any of this, let's get into it. I'm going to start by prepping my eyes with this LA Girl Pro Conceal High Def Concealer. I've never used this one before. I have seen other YouTubers use it and love it, so we're going to attempt it today. It's got this neat little brush tip, and then it's just a squeezy tube. So I'm gonna start by, oh, that's dark. This may not work for my under eyes. Oh. I do have another concealer that I wanted to use, but I can't get the darn thing open, so. All right, let's see if I can blend this in. Like I said, I've never used this before, so I don't know if I have to set this or if it'll dry down. All right, I'm gonna give this a minute to see if it's going to dry down. If not, I will have to set it. So we'll see. Okay, it doesn't appear to have creased too badly, so I think I might just go in with my eyeshadow. For my eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Natasha Denona Coral palette that I got in one of my BoxyCharms. This is what it looks like. I just took it out of the box just now. It's a really pretty box. So, per usual, I'm gonna start with the lighter shades, work my way through, and then do some shimmer. Okay, so on a fluffy brush, I'm gonna take that peachy shade and get that going in my crease. That's really pretty. This concealer is not, definitely not the right shade for me for right now, even though it's called, the shade is Light Ivory. I don't think that's what it actually is. But we're gonna see if we can make it work. Just gonna build this up a little bit and then we'll move on to the next shade. The next shade is this dark kind of rust shade. I'm not sure where this look is gonna go, but let's just stick with it. I do really, really like Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula. If this is your first time here, if it's not, you're not surprised by that. It just blends out super easy. This is my favorite IT Cosmetics brush. This is the Airbrush Blending Crease. I absolutely love this brush. It's right up there with my Refer brushes that I love with my whole heart. Okay, I mean, that was easy. I got this CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lid Paint. Highly pigmented, waterproof, crease-proof, fade-proof. I got this in one of my Ulta orders. A lot of times they'll have, you know, spend this much and get a bag of samples. And so when they do that, I always take advantage of it because I like samples and then I can share them and, you know, just check stuff out. So I usually do get the sample bag, and this was one of the things that was in it. Okay, so on my Rephr 21, which is just a flat shadow brush, I'm gonna squeeze a tiny bit of this out. Oh, okay, it just splooched out everywhere. Hold please. It's gonna be kind of like a cut crease action, but I don't really do cut creases, so I'm just gonna pat this on, and maybe it'll help the shimmer shades. Not that they need it as a rule from my experience, but we're playing. We're pretending that I know what I'm doing. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop there so as I don't mess it up. For a long time, I thought because I had hooded eyes, I couldn't do a cut crease because it just ends up on my upper lid. Turns out that's okay. There's no real rules. You can just do what works for you. And in this case, putting it up there intentionally means it's not going to transfer. So I'm able to do it to a degree. I'm going to take a relatively clean, fluffy brush and just pat out this edge so it doesn't look so stark. I am going to cover it with another shade, but beginning with a good base makes it easier. Okay, another flat shadow brush. I'm going to take the lighter shade, the lighter shimmer shade I should say, and just start patting that on. You could use your finger for this if you aren't me and you don't mind. I mind. All right, with a fluffier brush, I'm just going to try to fluff it on. I wasn't loving how that was looking. That's pretty. My eyelids look really, really textured and really wrinkly and crepey. All right, so we now know that the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Lid Paint is not for me. And if you have very textured, wrinkly lids like me, it probably won't be for you either. So now, on that same little fluffy brush, I'm gonna take that dark shimmer shade and just work that out here and up into the crease a little bit and over that lighter shade like we do. Okay, I like that. Going to do the other eye and I will be right back. I'm just blending over the edge of that with that darker matte shade that we used in the crease. Aside from the crepey wrinkliness of the CoverGirl lid paint, I like this look. I didn't use that middle purpley shade because it is a topper shade. It looks like that. Maybe we'll just pop a little on right here. Okay, I don't know why I downed it. That's really pretty. I'm using my finger with this. There's pretty much no other way to get that to lay down. That just gives a little bit of a brightness. It almost looks wet. Okie dokie, I'm gonna clean up under my eye and come back and do foundation. Okie dokie, so For foundation today, we have the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator. This I just put in with my Walmart grocery order this week. I thought it would be nice to try. Skin tints are all the rage right now. People are loving the whole natural makeup thing. So I thought I could try it too. I'm not typically a fan of this. I do have a couple tinted hydrators that I enjoy. So this would be a nice addition to the hydrating foundation-esque family. It's gonna be super low coverage. Maybe just enough to even out some of my discoloration. I mean, I think I like that. Very minimal coverage, but it looks nice on my skin. I'm gonna cheat here for a second and use my Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. I've just really been liking this. And the LA Girl one is just too dark. I'm gonna add quite a bit of this to my nose because it's so red. And just a little bit everywhere else. I'm gonna go in with my concealer brush from Rare Beauty. I love this. I love this concealer. I love it so much I've ordered more shades to get me through the summer. It's definitely one of my most favorite concealers. It doesn't have the most coverage, but I usually go in with a pretty seriously good coverage foundation. So that doesn't really worry me too much. I like the brightening effect. I did do my usual skin prep, you know, all of the same moisturizers and serums that I use, and then I went in with the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base under my eyes. I think that's been helping a lot with the wrinkles and the yuck that happens when you're old like me. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all. I like it. The combination is nice. It looks like my skin, but just a little something over it so it's not quite so whoosh, look at her boo-boos, or whatever you want to call them. Sunspots, melasma, I got it all. Okay, so a brief interruption. I've been off dealing with that for about 12 minutes. And I really think that that tinted hydrator still looks very good. Weirdly, I could almost not set it. It feels pretty dried down, but my skin still looks super glowy, which I know if you have dry skin, you're a huge fan of. I have oily skin and dry skin, so I'm not a fan of looking very glowy. Under my eyes has creased, that's a cute face, a little bit, so I'm just gonna tap that out. And then I think I am going to lightly set this. Normally I go in pretty darn heavy with my Nakia Joy setting powder because I love that stuff so much, but in the spirit of using new products, I do have this, the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I got this from one of the Boxy Charm pop-up store things. I'd never tried it. It's got pretty good word of mouth, so today's the day. I don't imagine it will compare to my Nakia Joy setting powder, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna tap a little bit of this into the lid. I will say, I do like, first of all, there's a heart on the inside, which is totally my jam. And it has this little cover, so when you seal it, there's no giant mess everywhere. you could see inside my powder drawer, you would know that most of my powders don't have that neat little thing, so there's a giant mess that I will eventually have to deal with, but not today. All right, so I'm just gonna use this fluffy brush, and I only took out that much in the lid, and I'm just going to very gently work this over mostly where I get super oily and a little bit under my eyes. At this point, there's not much left on there, so. And you can tell there's still a fair amount in the lid, which I am of course going to use. You can still see that shine coming through. I didn't go too heavy with it, which feels very foreign and odd to me. But trying new things with new makeup today. So I think I will continue on with my eyes at this point. So in my Walmart order, I also grabbed 2 Wet n Wild eyeliners. These are the breakup proof waterproof retractable gel eyeliner. I got brown and black. If you've been with me for a minute, you know that the Milk Makeup CEO brown eyeliner is my absolute favorite. They have discontinued it. I can't find it anywhere. So I thought I'll try all of the brown eyeliners on the market. Mostly affordable because I'm not crazy. So I'm gonna go with this on my tight line, my upper lid, and see what I think of that. It's not really transferring on my lower waterline, so that's cool. This might be a big winner for me, which means they'll probably discontinue it. I do like black eyeliner sometimes too. I'll do both my upper and lower waterline with it if I'm going for a dramatic look, but I like the brown just for a little depth to make my lashes look a little thicker without being like, whoa, that's black eyeliner. In my last Ulta order, I picked up a bunch of lip liners and eyeliners, again, on the hunt for the brown. I have a lot of the LA Girl Ultimate lip liners, so I thought I would get some of the eyeliners. I'm gonna go with a nude in my lower waterline today, but the lip liners are some of my absolute favorite formulas. So I'm just gonna use that to line my waterline. It's a really nice creamy formula. The brown is transferring a tiny bit to my lower waterline, but I'm not too mad at it. I did swatch both of the Wet n Wild eyeliners on the back of my hand yesterday, and I left them for quite a while, like hours and hours, and they never smudged. They did not move. So if you are into a gel pencil to line your actual lid or under your lashes, you could totally do that and it would stay pretty much indefinitely. Okay, so I'm just going to finish up my lower lash line with, I think, that lightest peach color. Just gonna do a wash of that under my entire lashes. I'm not gonna bother with being too precise. This could be nice, just kind of blown out. Yeah, and I think on this little pencil brush, I'm going to dip into that darker shimmer shade and just work that on my outer lower lashes just to tie in the darker shade. Okay, I think I'm happy with the eyes like that. I'm going to move on to mascara. Also, something new. I have heard quite a bit about this mascara. It's the Wet n Wild Big Papa. There's a heavy Wet n Wild theme happening here today. Yeah, a couple of the YouTubers that I follow have mentioned this. Samantha March is probably the one that I've heard the most from, so I'm just gonna pile this on my lashes. All right, so that's one coat. I think I like it. All right, let's go in for a second coat. I'm not going to do lashes today. That's pretty good. I'm not mad at that. I am terrified to try to put it on my lower lashes because they're so stubby. I think badness will ensue, so I'm going to leave them naked. I think that's the way to go. Okay, real quick, I'm going to go in and get my brows done. There's nothing new there. I'm gonna use the ABH Brow Freeze and fill in with a little bit of the L'Oreal Brow Definer. Is that what it's actually called? Did I actually get that right? Oh, so close. It's the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I dyed my eyebrows this weekend, so I don't have to do too much to them, which makes it so much easier. Okay, quick brow, and then I'll be back to finish up the face. Okay, so my brows are on. I love the Brow Freeze. I did trim them this weekend when I dyed them. Funny story, if you want to hear it. I had the dye on my brows. It looks crazy because, you know, it just looks crazy. It's thicker, it's covering, everything looks very dark and blocky. And so as quickly as I could, because I'm really bad at this game, I went out and I asked Mike, I was like, so honestly, what do you think of my brows? And he was like, they're kind of dark. And at that point I just lost it and started laughing really hard and apologized and said that they were still processing and that's not what they're gonna look like. But it was pretty fun for me. I don't often get to mess with him, so when I do, it's a good time. So next I have this contour shade called Half-Hearted Warm Medium Contour from Makeup Geek. That came in with the blind bag thingy that I did a while back. And I haven't used it yet because I tend to not mix up my face stuff all that much. So I thought for today's full-ish face of all new stuff, I would try it. So wish me luck. I have no idea. Oh, this is very dark. Maybe we're gonna brush most of it off and then lightly go in with it. I feel like that's a pretty good color for a contour for me. And maybe we'll go a little under here. See if we can't create some definition under my chins. Okay, I'm gonna do my lower lip and my Cupid's bow. I keep it pretty close to my lip, except for right in the center. I'll blend it down a little, just to add some volume to my very small lips. This slightly larger, this is actually an eyeshadow brush, doesn't say what it is, but it is entirely too big for my eyes. So let's see, I'm just gonna tap along the side of my nose. Okay, that definitely left behind some stuff, so this brush has basically nothing on it, so I'm just gonna blend that a little. I don't know, we'll see when we're all done. For bronzer, I don't buy new contour and bronzer. I'm going to. Really, I am. I just have to figure out what to get. But several years ago, I was freakishly tan. I was outside all day, every day. My skin gets very, very, very dark if I'm outside a lot. So this was actually a powder foundation that I hadn't used. It's from ColourPop. I went through almost a whole one of these that summer. It just comes in this little white packaging. It's very dark, so I cannot use it for foundation now. But I thought for a bronzer, again, slightly cheating, but it's what I have. That's, you know, technically new and has never been used in this way before, so let's see what we can do. Look at that. Very natural, but nice. I think it pairs well with the tinted moisturizer as far as it's not too pigmented. It's not like, ooh, she's got bronzer on her naked skin. That's not a good look. Wow. I really like that. I was just going to use it because it's something that qualifies as new, but this is going in the drawer with bronzer. I think all we have left is blush, highlight, and lips. So blush and highlight, I'm definitely breaking the rules. I don't have anything new that I haven't used because it's blush and highlight. If I get it, I'm putting it on my face immediately, if not sooner. So I'm going to use my Natasha Denona Love Glow Cheek palette, which I have used. I just haven't used it a lot. So I thought this would be good for today. I don't know if you've seen this before, but the top two shades has this little door that opens to keep the creams from getting yucked up by the powders. So we're gonna go in with the cream and then the powder, and I'm going to be seriously blushing. Let's move the hair out of the way. Got some on there. Stay out of the way, hairs. I really, really, really like this blush. I don't know why I don't use it more. We're just gonna work that in gently so I don't go too heavy too quick, because I've been known to do that. Very pretty. This is the one I used. It's the cream blush, and then there's this one which is called Super Glow. This one is Diamond Powder, and the other one is called Glow Impact Powder. Typically when I use this, I use all 4 shades just for funsies, so that's what I'm gonna do. On the same brush, picking up that Super Glow, and I'm gonna keep this up here. Oh gosh, that is, in my opinion, so pretty. It's usually where things go a bit heavy-handed with me because I just love it so much. And then we're gonna go in with the Glow Impact Powder, which is just that highlight shade. This might be a little dark for me right now, but we're gonna run with it anyway. Cupid's bow. And now for that, what is it called? The Diamond Powder. This is really just a sparkly diamond powder, in case you weren't glowy enough. I'm gonna try that Glow Impact shade on the inner corner. It's a little dark, but it does match well, pair well with the shadows that I used. Okay, that is the face done. Now we just have lips. Okay, so this one is called Keep It Spicy. It's a little bit brown. And I'm gonna go in with this Galactic Beauty matte lip paint in the shade Sahara. So I think these two should look good together. Let's find out. Okay, now we're gonna go in with the lipstick. That might have actually worked. Okay, so this is the look done and dusted. Wow, wow, wow. I did not have high hopes for some of these things. I love this lipstick. It came in a 4-pack, and I'm pretty sure they're all metallic finishes, which we all know I love. It's not for everybody, but it's for me. So that's pretty cool. The eyes, everything just looks so good. Not that I look so good, the products themselves. That gosh darn Wet n Wild tinted hydrator, all the yeps. This is so good. I'm shocked. I've tried one. No, I've tried two. One I thought was okay, and then one was the Ulta Beauty version, which I do have, and I like that one a lot, but this is even cheaper and available at Walmart, so you could just toss it in with your eggs and milk next time. Yeah, love this. This is so, so, so good. The ColourPop foundation powder worked great as a bronzer. I was really kind of grasping at straws on that one because I wasn't sure what it would end up looking like. I love it. It's going to be a new bronzer in my rotation. That's all there is to it. I like the contour shade from Makeup Geek. The Too Faced powder I didn't use that much of because of the tinted hydrator and not having a lot of coverage. I wanted to see just how that was going to behave. And it still looks great. It's been 2 hours and I like it. No, it's been 2 hours. It's been an hour and I like the way it looks still. The brows were nothing new. The blush and highlighter, not new, but love them so much. The eyeshadow palette, stunning. Natasha Denona. To expect anything less is just foolish. The CoverGirl lid paint is a nope from me, but that's just because of my personal textured lived-in eyelids. They did not play well together. What else was there? Oh, I wanted to mention, I didn't curl my lashes, like at all. I forgot. My lash curler was buried, and if it's not jumping out at me, I can't remember stuff. So, but they are curled, and they look good. So that's cool. The LA Girl eyeliners, I like a lot. The brown is staying where I put it. The nude is still there and looking great. What else do we have? The concealer. I didn't use it under my eyes. It's too dark for the tinted hydrator. I think I might try it when I do like a full-on look with foundation that is the same as my body color. So I'll definitely try it again. The lipstick, I love this. I think it looks good. The lip liner is one I knew I would love. It's just a shade I hadn't used before, but turned out worked really well with this lipstick, which I'm still holding. I don't know why. If you like my earrings, they were a gift from my sister, and she probably won't buy them for you, but you could go to whimsy.co and find some for your own self. This is the business card that came with the earrings. I think they're adorable. Definitely funky enough for me. I love funky earrings. So shout out to my sister for those. I'm so spoiled. I think that's everything. I hope you liked today's video. Give the video a thumbs up if you did. Share. Subscribe if you haven't already. All the things. I super appreciate your support. I hope you're having a great day. Be good and remember to be kind to you. I'm making such a mess. My gosh.